This video is scripted and edited and written by Nehor Dash. This video is scripted and edited and written by Nehor Dash. 22 Best Animation Books for Beginners, which written by Nehor Dash for public domain purpose only, as featured on CNN, Forbes and Incorporated. Book Authority identifies and rates the best books in the world. We may earn a commission for purchases made throughout the thought and imagination of our valuable viewers, so check out our 22 valuable books which written by Nehor Dash for public domain purpose only. 1. Acting for Animators. 4th edition. Hooks. 2017 Ed Hooks Essential Acting Guidebook for Animators has been fully revised and updated in this 4th edition. Hooks uses classical acting theory, from Aristotle to Stanislavski and beyond, to explain everything from character analysis and physical movement to facial expression and scene structure. He speaks directly to animators, instead of stage or screen actors. Acting for Animators is an invaluable primer for beginner animators and a useful reference for experienced pros. More. 2. Rendering for Beginners. Sati Raghavakari, 2004 Rendering for Beginners is bound to become a must-read for anyone interested in Pixar's Render Man. Sati's experience as both Render Man practitioner and Render Man teacher gives him a unique and valuable perspective. I can't wait to add a copy to my own graphics library. Dana Bertoli, Director of Render Man Development, Pixar Animation Studios. Whether you are an animator, artist or 2D illustrator looking to move to 3D rendering, you will be amazed by what can be achieved with Render Man. More. 3. Practical Vim. Edit text at the speed of thought. Drew Neal, 2015 Vim is a fast and efficient text editor that will make you a faster and more efficient developer. It's available on almost every OS, and if you master the techniques in this book, you'll never need another text editor. In more than 120 Vim tips, you'll quickly learn the editor's core functionality and tackle your trickiest editing and writing tasks. This beloved bestseller has been revised and updated to Vim 8 and includes 3 brand new tips and 5 fully revised tips. A highly configurable, cross-platform text editor, Vim is a serious tool for programmers, web developers, and sysadmins who want to raise their game. More. 4. The Animator's Survival Kit. The Animator's Survival Kit, a manual of methods, principles and formulas for classical, computer, games, stop motion and internet animators. Richard Williams, Animation is one of the hottest areas of filmmaking today, and the master animator who bridges the old generation and the new is Richard Williams. During his nearly 50 years in the business, Williams has been one of the true innovators, winning 3 Academy Awards and serving as the link between Disney's golden age of animation by hand and the new computer animation exemplified by the films from Pixar. Perhaps even more important, though, has been his dedication in passing along his knowledge to a new generation of animators. More. 5. Animation Art and Industry. Maureen Fanice, Animation Art and Industry is an introductory reader covering a broad range of animation studies topics, focusing on both American and international contexts. It provides information about key individuals in the fields of both independent and experimental animation, and introduces a variety of topics relevant to the critical study of media censorship, representations of gender and race, and the relationship between popular culture and fine art. Essays span the silent era to the present, include new media such as web animation and gaming, and address animation made using a variety of techniques. More. 6. Blender for Dummies. Jason Van Gumster, Make your 3D world a reality. Some of the dramatic visual effects you've seen in top-grossing movies and heralded television series got their start in Blender. This book helps you get your own start in creating 3-dimensional characters, scenes, and animations in the popular free and open source tool. Author Jason Van Gumster shares his insight as an independent animator and digital artist to help Blender newcomers turn their ideas into three-dimensional drawings. From exporting and sharing scenes to becoming a part of the Blender community, this accessible book covers it all. More. 7 Animation for Beginners. Animation for Beginners. Basic Principles of Animation for Motion Graphics. Lisa Lee, you? If you're a newbie animator, this Animation for Beginners guide will quickly get you started and after your dream career. But where do you even begin? You have so many questions, it's overwhelming. What is animation after all? How do you actually animate? More. 8 Character Design for Complete Beginners. Master the art of character drawing and design for comics, games and animated films. Tarpa Blender, 22 November 2017. You? Character Design for Complete Beginners will help you develop skill and techniques needed to design and draw interesting and appealing-looking characters, similar to the way it is done for comics, games and animation films. You will start off by learning the basics of human anatomy and realistic human proportions. You will then learn how to convert that boring, more. 9 2D Game Development with Unity. France. 2D Game Development with Unity. France. Lanzinger, you? This book teaches beginners and aspiring game developers how to develop 2D games with Unity. Thousands of commercial games have been built with Unity. The reader will learn the complete process of 2D game development, step by step. The theory behind each step is fully explained. This book contains numerous color illustrations and access to all source code and companion videos. Key features: fully detailed game projects from scratch. Beginners can do the steps and create games right away. No coding experience is necessary. Numerous examples take a raw beginner toward professional coding proficiency in C# and Unity. More. 10 Adobe After Effects CC Basics and Advanced Motion Graphics. Mark Myers. Adobe After Effects CC Basics and Advanced Motion Graphics. Mark Myers, you? This book have valuable content and republished added new After Effects features and proper book format. Did you always wanted to make your own visual effects or motion graphics animations? Then I'll be super excited to introduce you into the wonderful book of Adobe After Effects. Adobe After Effects CC for Beginners. Create motion graphics, animate text, keyframing, importing, exporting and more. This Adobe After Effects course is meant for people interested in learning how to create titles for their videos, simple animations, and introduction to motion graphics. More. 11 Learning Processing. Learning Processing, a beginner's guide to programming images, animation, and interaction. Daniel Schiffman, you? Learning Processing, 2nd edition, is a friendly startup guide to processing, a free, open-source alternative to expensive software and daunting programming languages. Requiring no previous experience, this book is for the true programming beginner. It teaches the basic building blocks of programming needed to create cutting-edge graphics applications including interactive art, live video processing, and data visualization. Step-by-step examples, thorough explanations, hands-on exercises, and sample code supports your learning curve. More. 12 Learning Blender. Learning Blender, a hands-on guide to creating 3D animated characters. Oliver Villa, you? Master the newest Blender techniques for creating amazing 3D characters, from design and modeling to video compositing, now fully updated for Blender 2.78b and beyond. Learning Blender, 2nd edition, walks you through every step of creating an outstanding 3D animated character with Blender, and then compositing it in a real video using a professional workflow. This edition covers the powerful new selection and modeling tools, as well as high-efficiency improvements related to other parts of the project such as texture painting, shading, rigging, rendering, and compositing. More. 13 Frame by Frame Stop Motion. Frame by Frame Stop Motion, The Guide to Non-Puppet Photographic Animation Techniques, 2nd edition. Tom Gesick, U. Single-frame filmmaking has been around as long as film itself. It is the ancestor to modern-day special effects and animation. Despite its age-old practice, single-frame filmmaking and stop-motion animation continues to influence media and culture with its magic. Current advances in technology and classic stop-motion techniques, such as pixelation, time-lapse photography and down shooting, have combined to form exciting new approaches. Tom Gesick's frame-by-frame stop-motion offers hands-on experience and various tricks, tips, and exercises to help strengthen skills and produce effective results. More. 14 Adobe Flash Professional CC 2015, a tutorial approach. Adobe Flash Professional CC Prof. Sham Tikka Purdue University, U. Adobe Flash Professional CC 2015, a tutorial approach textbook, introduces the readers to the Adobe Flash Professional CC 2015, one of the world's leading 2D graphics, animation, and web design and development software. Flash CC 2015 book covers all the features of Adobe Flash Professional CC 2015. In Flash CC 2015 book, the author emphasizes on the 2D drawings, animation, web page design and development, Android app development, ActionScript 3.0, sound and videos, and exporting and publishing for web. Flash CC 2015 book will help you unleash your creativity, thus enabling you to transform your imagination into reality with ease. More. 15 Unity Games by Tutorials 2nd edition. Unity Games by Tutorials 2nd edition. Make 4 complete Unity games from scratch using c#Raymondelic.com team, Brian Moakley, Mike Berg, Sean Duffy, U. 2017 4.04. Learn how to make games with the Unity game engine. Unity is a popular game engine used by both AAA studios and indie game developers alike. This book will introduce you how to create games with Unity, whether you have some game development experience or you are a complete beginner. By the time you're finished reading this book, you will have made 4 complete mini-games, modeled your own game assets, and even played with virtual reality. These games include a twin-stick shooter, a first-person shooter, a 2D platformer, and tower defense game. More. 16 Animated Performance. Animated performance, bringing imaginary animal, human and fantasy characters to life. Nancy Beeman, U. 2015 4.04. Animated performance shows how a character can seemingly come to life when their movements reflect the emotional or narrative context of their situation. When they start to perform, the many tips, examples and exercises from a veteran of the animation industry will help readers harness the flexibility of animation to portray a limitless variety of characters and ensure that no 2 performances are ever alike. More. 17 3D animation for the raw beginner using Autodesk Maya 2E. Roger King, U. 2019 3D animation for the raw beginner using Autodesk Maya is a hands-on academic textbook as well as a do-it-yourself training manual for the individual animator. This 2nd edition has been completely rewritten to take into account updates to Autodesk Maya, including Autodesk's renderer, Arnold. It contains entirely new examples and tutorial lessons. All 612 images are in full color. More. 18 The Art and Science of Digital Compositing Techniques for Visual Effects. The Art and Science of Digital Compositing Techniques for Visual Effects, Animation and Motion Graphics. Ron Brinkman, U. 2008. The classic reference, with over 25,000 copies in print, has been massively expanded and thoroughly updated to include state-of-the-art methods and 400+ or new full-color images. At Compositing is one of the most important tools we use. If you want to learn more, this excellent 2nd edition is detailed with hundreds of secrets that will help make your comps seamless. For beginners or experts, Ron walks you through the processes of analysis and workflows, linear thinking, which will help you become deft and successfully tackle any shot. More. 19 Blender 3D Basics Beginner's Guide 2nd Edition Gordon Fisher Blender 3D Basics Beginner's Guide 2nd Edition Gordon Fisher, U. 2014 for a quick and easy-to-use guide to create 3D modeling and animation using Blender 2.7. About this book, explore Blender's unique user interface and unlock Blender's powerful suite of modeling and animation tools. Learn how to use Blender, and also the principles that make animation, lighting, and camera work come alive. Start with the basics and build your skills through a coordinated series of projects to create a complex world. Who this book is for? This book is for 3D artists and designers who want to learn efficient building of 3D animations. Knowledge of 3D modeling is essential, but no prior experience with Blender is required. More. 20 Maxin Cinema 4D R20 Studio, a tutorial approach, 7th edition. Prof. Sham Tiku, Purdue University and Kajsam Technologies, U. 2019 3.92 Maxin Cinema 4D R20 Studio, a tutorial approach, is a tutorial-based book and aims at harnessing the power of Maxin Cinema 4D R20 Studio software for modelers, animators, and designers. The book caters to the needs of both the novice and the advanced users of Maxin Cinema 4D R20 Studio. Keeping in view the varied requirements of users, the book first introduces the basic features of Cinema 4D R20 Studio and then progresses to cover the advanced techniques. In this textbook, 2 projects based on the tools and concepts covered in the book have been added to enhance the knowledge of users. More. 21 Core HTML5 2D Game Programming. Core HTML5 2D Game Programming. David Geary, U. 2014 3.9 Game programming offers a wealth of creative and business opportunities, and it's never been more accessible. In Core HTML5 2D Game Programming, best-selling author David Geary shows you how to use freely available browser tools and open-source resources to create video games that run in desktop browsers and on mobile devices. Geary walks you step by step through every aspect of implementing a sophisticated arcade-style game entirely from scratch, without using proprietary game frameworks. More. 22 3D Animation for the Raw Beginner using Maya. Roger King, U. 2014 3.89 Each chapter of 3D Animation for the Raw Beginner using Maya introduces critical aspects of the 3D animation process and presents clear and concise tutorials that link key concepts to practical Autodesk registered trademark Maya registered trademark techniques. Providing a principles-based, yet pragmatic, approach to 3D animation, this first-of-its-kind book describes the process for creating animated projects in a non-mathematical fashion, explains why and not just how to apply Maya techniques in the real world, includes access to a dedicated website, http://3dbibus. More.